It's a controversial diet trend gaining momentum. Waist training.
Can I see what your waist looks like without it? Oh my goodness. What's your actual waist size?
That's a 16-inch corset, but I'm gonna go down to a 14-inch soon.
But what is it doing to your insides?
Your waist trainer is literally robbing you of your breath.
Waist trainer disasters you have to see to believe.
I had 6 ribs removed to be able to corset even tighter.
Coming up next.
We'll save lives today.
You guys ready to get healthy?
Today's show reveals dangerous diet fads you need to know about. We're going to start with the most controversial diet trend we've ever covered here on the show: waist trainers. Then, all month long, we're giving you the diet layers, the best parts from the most popular diets out there, so you can mix and match them correctly. You choose which layers work in your real life, and then customize the diet plan for you. And then, the truth about a new green detox soup that's trending right now. You can layer it into your own diet to boost your weight loss.
Little in the Middle is back, big time. And I have already sounded the alarm on waist training.
There you are getting the MRI done. Then when you put the corset on, and we redid the study. That's the rib cage literally being shoved into the side of the liver.
Wow.
I never actually imagined that these corsets would do that. But the thought that something is actually molding your inner organs and pushing your ribs into them is an issue for me.
But that's still not enough to stop some.
I began waist training when I was 17 years old, and I've been doing it very steadily for about 5 years. I wear a waist trainer 12 hours a day, and then I wear it to go to sleep as well. And it has helped me lose a few inches in my waist. When I've gone to my physician, they tell me, oh, you shouldn't wear it too much, your blood circulation. But nothing has happened to me, so I really don't see a downside to this.
Doctors disagree, and many are coming forward to warn of the dangers. Dr. Steven Shoshani is a chiropractor.
These things are definitely dangerous, and what concerns me as a chiropractor is the fact that it could change the shape of the muscles and the bones.
Physical therapist Dr. Karina Wu agrees.
You are compressing everything that basically sits underneath that waist trainer. Your bones, organs, skin cells, your connective tissue. Worst case scenario is you can get some necrosis, which is tissue death, because you're in this compressive garment for 10 to 12 hours over the course of multiple weeks.
Plastic surgeons like Dr. Elon Singer are now seeing an even darker side of the waist training trend.
People are coming in and asking for procedures to make their waist smaller. They do come in with pictures. Sometimes the pictures are realistic and sometimes they're not realistic. I think waist training has the potential of becoming an obsession, especially when celebrities are endorsing it.
Some women have become celebrities because of it, like Pixie Fox, a waist trainer addict. She's gone to unfathomable extreme measures to slash her waist down to an unbelievable 16 inches. And she's still not satisfied it's small enough.
Ouch is right. That woman you just saw with a 16-inch waist, her name is Pixie, and she's here today. You're going to meet with her in just a minute. But first, the front row of my audience, as you can see, is filled with women who waist train. So Jen,
yes.
And thank you all the way for speaking about this, by the way. What got you interested in waist training? How'd you get started?
I got started like last year, and I wanted to see a little more definition around my waist. I wanted a smaller waistline, and I wanted a fatter stomach. So I decided to just try waist training, and during my workouts, it helped me sweat a lot and lose a few inches around my waist.
And what kind of results have you had?
I've gotten a flatter stomach. It helps with posture, and I've also lost a few inches off my waist.
So you're sort of happy
Yeah.
you're going through this. I'm trying to learn about this. Now, what's your first name?
Ariana.
Ariana. So I understand that while you're waiting to walk out here, just before the segment started, you actually got a little lightheaded.
I did, and I had to use the restroom, so I had to take it off.
All right, so 2 reasons. You're not blaming me personally.
No.
Okay. So are you surprised that it was bothering you enough that might have actually affected the circulation?
Could have, but I don't think so. I wear it often.
And you're still holding on to it, obviously.
Oh, yes.
But you didn't put it back on?
No.
All right. And Bahara, you're obviously proudly showing yours off.
Obviously, yes.
And if you just don't mind, can you just show everybody, just if you don't mind, a little bit of how tight it is? So I can see the skin buckling a bit.
Yes. I like to wear it pretty tight. It helps with my posture, as she mentioned. And I like the ones with boning and wiring on the inside because it kind of holds everything where it needs to be and in place.
When you look at yourself in the mirror, when you're putting the waist trainer on, do you see blanching of the skin? Do you see evidence that you might be, again, shutting down the circulation a little bit?
I haven't noticed, but I'm not a doctor.
Well, Bahara, I am. So let me just point something out to you. I don't think this helps you get rid of fat at all. I think you're sort of redistributing, moving the fat around maybe a little bit, and more importantly, moving around organs that aren't supposed to be where they now are located. That's my biggest concern. You ever get hurt by it? Ever feel like maybe you shouldn't be wearing it?
I mean, there are times that I have problems breathing. And like, for example, this morning I couldn't put on my own shoes. I needed help with bending over and putting on my shoes. But beauty's pain. Should we chalk it up to?
Well, we'll talk about whether beauty is pain, because that's a big issue for me. So we did a little experiment. You mentioned breathing. So we asked Bahara to see how her waist trainer was affecting her health. So we did this experiment. Take a look.
So we're going to be using this device. It's called a peak flow meter. And what it does is it measures how quickly you're breathing air out. And that gives us a really good idea of your respiratory capacity and how well your lungs are functioning. We know that you want to blow around a 380. So you got about a 300 there. Okay, so now that you have the waist trainer on, let's see how you do. So we can see this time you got closer to 200 instead of 300 like we did before. And that means this waist trainer is really affecting how your lungs are working. So now that we've tried this device, we're gonna see how this works in a real life situation, like blowing out candles. So that definitely took a lot more breaths than one. So it's not only the machine telling us that your breathing is compromised, you can also see in a real life situation, waist trainers, maybe not so good for breathing.
Your waist trainer is literally robbing you of your breath.
I see that. After doing the experiment, I kind of opened my eyes up to what effect it's taking on my body, and it's scary, to be honest with you. It's scary what it does, and I'm not really sure it's worth it.
But with it on, you were breathing about half the amount you're supposed to breathe. Yeah, we can survive breathing through a straw, basically, because you're taking half a breath, but it's not ideal. You know, I could talk about this till I'm blue in the face, but I know the best person to talk to a woman wearing a waist trainer is another woman who wore a waist trainer. And Bahara, I'm going to introduce you to Cynthia, who's next to me. And Cynthia, a year ago, was told by her doctor, he intervened, and told he did not want her wearing the waist trainer because it was affecting her uterus and actually her bone structure. So what did he say specifically?
Well, what happened was I went for my yearly checkup with my gynecologist, and he basically told me, your hip bones are weak and your uterus has come down. And I knew right away it was the waist training corset, because I was literally using it 24/7. Like, it was in the morning, I was training with it, I was going to bed with it, I bought different colors, you know, and to be honest, that was the one that I was using. Wow. The one that you're using right there, exactly.
So Bahara, I hope you process this.
I mean, I didn't really think that there'd be long-term effects. I only thought about the moment when I put it on. I think how I look in that moment, and hearing that it could damage the rest of my life. And I definitely want kids. Yeah. So
well,
it's
that's
not
another
worth
thing.
It. It's really not worth it.
That's one thing I want to tell you.
I hope you can take this to heart. We'll stay in touch. I'm curious how all you do. So I want you to take a look at Pixie. She wears a waist trainer 24 hours a day. And you won't believe how far she's willing to go for a tiny waist. We'll be right back with her.
Next, she's one of the biggest fans of this controversial diet trend.
Oh my goodness. So what's your actual waist size?
But what's it doing to her insides?
Did you have a tough time finding a surgeon to take out 6 of your ribs?
Has her waist training obsession gone too far? Next. People always talk about going to heaven. This man says he died and went to hell.
Did you see the devil?
His incredible journey to the dark side.
How'd you make your way back?
His fascinating account you'll only hear on our show. Then she died and went to heaven.
You're without oxygen, what we can tell, for about 10 minutes.
Back from the dead. Stories that make you question everything.
The afterlife is a real place.
All new Oz.
That's coming up tomorrow.
Waist training, the celebrity-driven trend that's become a health controversy. Some women have become celebrities because of it, like Pixie Fox, a waist trainer addict. She's gone to unfathomable extreme measures to slash her waist down to an unbelievable 16 inches. And she's still not satisfied it's small enough.
Pixie is here today. Please come on out. That's a small waist. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I see people's jaws dropping. Is that, it can't be comfortable to walk around that tight of a waist trainer.
Actually, it doesn't mind me at all. I'm so used to wearing it, so it's not hard for me to wear it.
And what happens when you don't, if you don't mind, just turn around, because I'm going to sit aside of it. So it's tied the back. Oh my goodness. And what happens when you don't have that waist trainer on?
Nothing.
Can I see what your waist looks like without it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, do you want me to take it off?
Yeah, if you don't mind. Oh, you take it away from the back?
Yeah. Yeah, I really like the clean shears that people use nowadays. I'm not a fan of them. So I use the steel corset. I think it's much better, and it molds my body the way I want it.
And when you try to go to bed at night, this is not constricting you and hurting your breathing like?
No, actually not.
I don't know if I'd sleep well in that.
Well, you haven't worn it for as much as I have. Do you want me to hold it?
Sure, I'll hold it. So let me just, if you don't, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So what's your actual waist size?
Well, right now it's, I don't know, that's a 16-inch short corset, but I'm gonna go down to a 14-inch soon.
14 inches?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know how to begin to help you with this thing.
I'm gonna put it on again. Yeah.
Is it that easy to get on and off?
Yeah.
Oh, because you loosened it in the back.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not a problem.
So come, let's talk a little bit about this. I am concerned that you're doing things to your body that might have some long-term complications. You need to, oh, you have to cinch it back up again.
So I'm gonna do that.
I don't know if the women who you know, you have a lot of women like you wearing corsets in the audience. I don't see any of them as tight as yours.
No, but this is my life. I'm dedicating my life to this. So it's hard to do what I do, but it's a lifestyle. This is not something that I'm an expert in corset training, and and most people can't do what I do.
Well, if I can push you a little bit, I'm concerned this is more of a gateway drug for you. You've started to do things to yourself that I think might be irreversible. I know you had an operation recently.
Yes, I had.
What did you have done?
I had 6 ribs removed to be able to corset even tighter.
6 ribs removed. Did you have a tough time finding a surgeon to take out 6 of your ribs? That's an extreme operation.
Yeah, it's been tough. I mean, it wasn't until I got to US and I started to know doctors.
You had the surgery in America?
Yeah.
I can't, I'm a surgeon. I can't imagine putting a woman under anesthesia in order to take out ribs. It is a cosmetic procedure.
Yeah, this is a cosmetic procedure, but you can't really count me as an ordinary person. I am not ordinary. So, okay, so I found the best doctor. He is in Indiana. He's doing this every day, but for medical reasons. There's a lot of people who have bone cancer. They have, if they hurt their ribs, they need to take them out so it doesn't push any of their organs.
Did he push back at all on doing this operation on you?
Yeah, I mean, he went through all the consequences that can come with the surgery, and since I see myself as a science project. I am my own science project. I want to see how far I can go, how far I can reach to reach my goal, and so he agreed to do the surgery. But it was since he saw that I'm realistic in my goals and I'm not delusional.
So he thought you were realistic in your goals.
He thought I was very realistic, and he considered that the surgery would not damage me in any way. I know what I'm getting myself into.
So, if I can, I have a picture of you from before you had all these operations. Can I put it up here?
Yeah, of course.
So, if you look at this woman behind me, what do you see?
I see. Yeah, I see myself. That is who I was before.
Well, can I just talk about the medical part of this, which is the part I'm concerned, because I see that picture, and I look at you, and I think you made a big change in your life from what I think was a perfect person already. And you want to change what perfection looks like.
No, but I mean, you can say that what's perfect in your eyes is not the perfection in. It's like it's different for everyone.
It's not about my eyes. It's about my belief that we are all supposed to be comfortable in who we are. So I'm going to show you the human body. But this is how I see this sacred entity that we're all given by our parents.
But I'd rather die really, really happy than not live my life the way I want and be miserable.
No, I want you to be happy.
Yeah.
I want happiness to come from the right place, though.
It comes from the right place.
Come on over
I can promise you that.
So I prepared something for you. When people have autopsies done, we often, you can stand right here. We'll often, and here's some gloves. I don't know if you've,
okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen.
Just,
yeah, of course.
What is this? Like that. Okay.
When people die, and we look for what's going on in their bodies, we take their organs.
Is this organs?
These are real organs.
This is disgusting. I love this. Oh my God! Woo!
So I laid these organs out as best I could within the outline of who you should be. So if you look at how the body is lined out with the waist drawn in here, there's the right amount of room, just the right amount of room for what's in there.
Yeah.
And when you
Is this cooked or is it raw?
No, this is all in formaldehyde, so it's preserved. And these are human organs. They're real human organs. So they are exactly the way they're supposed to be in my body, your body, anyone who's watching this body.
Is that a liver?
This is the spleen, liver, and stomach. But let's just talk about those because you also have the omentum here with the kidneys and intestines. So it's all just the way it's supposed to be. When you take your waist trainer, now you cut yourself down to 14 inches, right?
16 right now.
16 inches. So that means you roughly have only 5 inches in here. So go ahead and push your side there. And push, 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 push. And yeah, that's still a lot more than 5 inches. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, right? That's about 5 inches. Now, what ends up happening is organs like the lungs, they literally got squished in here because they're leaving the body, right? So that's why people have trouble breathing. The heart gets pushed on. The stomach gets squeezed so you can't digest food. The omentum, all these intestines gets crunched up in here.
I want to touch that.
And so when you take off the corset, so go ahead and take that out, you still have organs that have now been moved, literally moved away from the way they were supposed to be in your body.
Yeah, but what happens when you get pregnant? It's the same thing, right?
Yes, when you get pregnant, you release hormones that allow your body to get larger, but then it bounces back. But can I ask you sort of a bigger question? When you see this, just process this for a second. Do you think this is good for you? To squeeze it to 5 inches around like that?
I think what I'm doing is not damaging my body. I know what I'm doing is not damaging my body. I think that you should be really careful with waist training. You should do it for the right reasons, and you should not push your body. I've never been pushing my body at all. So this is a really long process that I've been going through.
You have 175,000 people, 175,000 people who follow you on Instagram. I mean, this is a gargantuan following. How do you make sure they don't get the wrong message?
Yeah, but I mean, there is people who follow people who climb Mount Everest or go to the moon. Doesn't mean that everyone's gonna climb Mount Everest or go to the moon. It's like, I think I project a healthy lifestyle, and what I'm trying to project is that you should do exactly whatever you want with your life. Like, if I can achieve this, you can achieve anything. And it doesn't have to be around plastic surgery. It can be around anything you want to decide to do with your life.
I truly only wish for your happiness. I'm concerned you're doing things that make you happy in the moment, but aren't going to actually give you the bigger, longer, deeper happiness we all crave. And listen, I want you to love yourself. I want all of us to love ourselves.
Yeah, I love myself. I promise you, I love myself more than I've ever done in my entire life. Yeah. So.
But I want you to love yourself not just on the outside, but also on the inside, because it comes from both places. But I think you may be looking for happiness in all the wrong places. And I want you to
just find like I'm really passionate about what I'm doing.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Next, meet a woman who proves extreme waist training is just a waste of time. Find out how she went from this to this. And you can too.
I have never used the waist trainer.
The safest ways to melt away the inches, naturally. Next.
There's no need to go to extremes like waist training to shrink your waist. I want you to meet Cynthia, who went from this to this. Now that is the result. And she's about to show you how you can as well. Please welcome Cynthia. So you never used a waist trainer to get that result?
No, I have never used the waist trainer. I probably will never use a waist trainer. And honestly, everyone has their personal preference, but I did it the old-fashioned way. I worked out, I changed my eating habits, I just completely changed my lifestyle to make a change for myself. So what I was able to do, I was able to lose 8 inches around my waist. Thank you so much.
Good for you.
Thank you. I actually went from 28% body fat down to 18% body fat and a total of 30 pounds lost, naturally. Now,
I know that we all have our little secrets of how we do things in our life.
Yeah.
What's your biggest?
So on top of changing my lifestyle, on top of going in this direction in my life, what I love to do, I love my smoothies. I love being able to make it convenient. What I love, as you see right here, it's a green smoothie. Grab anything from spinach. It has some berries, some cucumbers, a little bit of lemon juice, and add some really good, great fats in there, like some chia seeds, maybe some nut butter. Blend it all together, and you have the convenience right in front of you. You balance out your fiber, your antioxidants, your nutrients, and you're able to really break down all of your food and flush it out. So if you have a pooch in this area and you're trying to make your waist smaller, you want to get all that toxicity out of your body, right? So this is what this nutritious shake or smoothie is going to do
Is
for
all
you.
your energy that I'm feeling from this smoothie? Is that where it's coming from?
I'm really energetic. But this is amazing, and it's a great lifestyle. It's a great way of just changing yourself for the better without a gimmick, without a quick fix. This is a lifestyle that you can continue for the rest of your life.
Well, I love it as well. As a matter of fact, on our 28-day Shrink Your Stomach Challenge, we included for the first time a daily veggie flush, just like Cynthia's, and it's been a huge hit. We've been following the hashtag 28-day Shrink on Instagram and seeing how much you're all loving it. You're carrying on your veggie flushes every day. There's Miss Dawkins, Miss Ramirez, and so many others. And if you haven't started the program yet, you can find the whole plan on DrOz.com. It is easy to follow, and you will get the results that you want the healthy way. Cynthia, thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Remember, everybody, making your body look good on the outside should never hurt your inside. We'll be right back.
Next, we've got another way to shrink your waist. It's the latest detox trend claiming to shed weight fast. A green soup packed with tons of healthy benefits.
It is a wonderful part of a healthy diet.
Does it have lasting results? We find out next. People always talk about going to heaven. This man says he died and went to hell.
Did you see the devil?
His incredible journey to the dark side.
Why would you have sense that you were in hell?
A story you'll only see here.
How did you make your way back?
All New Oz.
That's coming up tomorrow. It's the latest detox diet claiming to be the key to shed weight fast, to flush your toxins. It's also the new green drink. It's all been touted that. But what is it? Well, its actual name is the Green Detox Soup. But does it really work, and what's in it? Now, the internet is full of recipes for green detox soups. They look sort of like this. Right? I'll give you an example. In this one in particular, this variety, and there are lots of varieties out there, it had leeks. It had a small head of broccoli. It had 6 kale leaves. It also had some zucchini, some celery, some vegetable stock, and a handful of parsley, a little bit of salt and pepper, and some garlic. And it doesn't sound bad to me. That's a lot of cruciferous vegetables in there, and it certainly looks gorgeous and beautiful. But the detox comes from drinking this soup, and only this soup, 3 times a day. Now, despite the monotony of that, the benefits of a weight cleanse and body weight loss were enough to entice Wendy, who tried the green detox soup for 3 months. So why did you decide to use this kind of a cleanse?
Well, Dr. Oz, actually I had this wedding to assist and I felt really bloated. So I found this in the website, this green soup. So I decided to try it.
And what were your results? How did it work?
Well, actually in 3 months I lost 20 pounds.
You lost 20 pounds?
Yes, I did.
There you are. Yeah, before and after. And this is what you would eat, right? Am I correct? Walk me through your diet.
Actually, this is about the portion that I used to take. I would drink these 3 soups all day. It was like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I would prepare it in the morning, and this is all I had. But I felt much lighter, energized. My belly was actually flatter.
But this is all you eat, the same thing.
For 3 months.
You didn't get bored?
You do, but the thing is that you make it in the morning, so you forget about anything else that you have to eat. You just set up program your mind, actually, that this is it, and this is what's gonna work, and you start seeing the pounds, losing them, so you do it.
So what happened when, after 3 months, you went off the soup detox?
Well, after leaving the soup, you know, you start craving all those carbs and all that stuff that you didn't do it for this certain time, so you start eating everything. And less than a month, I gained the weight and some more weight.
Well, there you are. There's before, middle, and after. That's pretty accurate, huh?
Yes.
So net, you're not so sure anymore.
No.
Yeah.
This is not a lifestyle, so.
Let's talk to an expert in this area. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I've asked registered dietitian Ashley Koff, who says Wendy isn't the only one to see fast results, only to gain the weight back pretty quickly. He's joining us now. So what scares you about this soup detox?
Yeah, I have such empathy. The scary part, you know, you look and you see 3 bowls and you say to yourself, okay, I could have 3 bowls. That's 300 calories that she's having there.
Total.
That's it.
For the whole day.
300 calories for the day. You know, and I love things where you drop the calories. As you said, I love, you know, increasing the vegetables. But the real challenge that we've got there is that that's so low calorie that your body is not getting in nutrients. The weight loss that she's having, she may have had some fat loss. She definitely had the weight loss. She probably lost a fair amount of lean body mass. So you're actually losing the muscle you've worked so hard, you know, to create it in the gym as well.
So if you had to pick the one thing that worries you the most, is it the lack of protein in the soup?
You know, I think the calories and the protein together, but the protein is really a factor. And I just mentioned muscles, and everybody thinks, oh, well, if she's not getting protein, she's not helping her muscles. But did you know that proteins, and you do know this, are responsible for your enzymes and for your hormones? So it's your messaging center in the body. So it's interesting. She said, you know, when I was restricting myself like this, I had all this energy, but a lot of it is actually a lightheadedness, and just the energy may be missing the fact that your body's actually not running optimally.
But actually, I went through all the ingredients. This is full of all these wonderful vegetables you keep telling people to have. And there must be something good about the green detox soup.
So what I would love to say is I love that soup. Like, that soup is phenomenal. It is a wonderful part of a healthy diet. And I think that's it. We've got it, you know, from a calorie standpoint, but when you, exactly as you said, the cruciferous vegetables in there, you've got spices, wonderful for us. There's fiber in there. That prebiotic fiber is going to be feeding the probiotics in the body. So we love the ingredients in there. Antioxidants, remember, are part of our body's cleanup team. I can go on and on about the virtues of that soup, just not 3 bowls of it and that's it.
So there's the big question. Can the green detox soup be an effective addition to a diet plan? When we come back, I'm going to show you the right way to use the green soup detox to lose weight. Next, don't give up on the veggie weight loss cleanse just yet. Ashley gives the green detox soup a healthy makeover. The essential ingredients every recipe should have to drop the pound safely.
I was so excited to learn about how great it is for you.
Coming up next. Whoever said a doctor's visit isn't fun has obviously never been to the Dr. Oz show. Is that right? Make your appointment today. Go to DrOz.com/tickets and sign up for free tickets. We're back talking about the green detox soup that is so popular right now. It's another great layer to add to your weight loss plan, but eating it alone leaves you dangerously low with that calorie count. Right? Only 300 calories from the one case we looked at, and it could be a weight loss tool if it's used the right way, but it's going to hurt you if you use the wrong way. So registered dietitian Ashley Koff is going to show you how to do it the right way. First off, we're going to tackle the dangerously low calorie count. What's the best way to deal with that?
So we're doing 2 things here. You will see that instead of having 3 bowls, we have 4 bowls. So we're increasing your quantity. They're also larger. So the 3 to 4 means that I want you to increase your frequency. Think of it like a race car. We're pit stopping more often throughout the day. So you don't have to give your body a ton at one time. You can give it a smaller amount at each of those pit stops. But we did increase the quantity size here.
Yeah, I noticed you added some extra things on the inside.
Yes, we'll get to those.
Okay.
Yes.
Next, when you're looking at all the recipes on the web around these green detox soups, there is one ingredient that Ashley says you have to have.
This is my favorite food. I was so excited, literally as a kid. So I was so excited to learn about how great it is for you. This is just broccoli, so there's nothing.
You like broccoli as a kid?
Literally as a kid, and I know a lot of kids that like broccoli. So I will be
They're
honest
all
about that.
dietitians.
No, well maybe
you
they
met them
grow
at
up.
dietitian school.
You can grow up to be like me. This is great. So the thing about broccoli is actually, and we've talked about cruciferous vegetables. Within the cruciferous vegetables, in these heads, they're called the florets. They have something called glucoraphanin, and glucoraphanin goes into the body, and the body has a detoxification system. So when people say, hey, should I go on a detox? I'm like, oh, you should be detoxing every day. We want to engage that system. But there are two phases of it. And there are only certain foods that actually upregulate, work on that second phase. And it's critical for removing the toxins. So the highest amount of glucoraphanin of any vegetable in your broccoli, of any food, so in your broccoli in the florets.
Plus it makes it green.
And it makes it green.
Next, you argue there's a big mistake that a lot of popular green detox soups are missing. One ingredient that's especially important.
Yeah, your essential fatty acids, right? So we've got to get the fat in there. Plus, it gives it a great texture. So it's also great from a taste standpoint. So if you're looking at a recipe online and you're trying to figure out, is it one that I want to have, look to see if it already has the fat in it. If it does, you're great. So it could have, for example, I add like 2 teaspoons of the olive oil or coconut oil. If it doesn't, or if you just don't want to add the fat in there, you could do something like put avocado on top of it.
So fat, broccoli, more of it.
Yes.
And then the final little tool to round out the nutrient profile is to add protein and add color.
Exactly. So I love green. Green is awesome. Look at this. But we have a whole rainbow of colors, and all of the rainbow of colors do different things in the body from a cleanup standpoint. It's kind of like if you tried to clean your entire house with just a mop. Like you need the vacuum, you need other things, right? So that's how our other colors in. The super fun part about this is you can choose any protein that you want. You can choose any of the veggies. So let's go ahead and make it, right?
And how much?
So with the proteins, I usually say about 2 big tablespoons.
All right,
you can do like this.
2 heaping tablespoons.
Exactly.
I'm going to take cheese.
So these are hemp seeds.
Oh, hemp
remember?
seeds.
Yeah, so they're a good source of the your essential fatty acids from a protein standpoint.
All proteins here, nuts count.
Yep.
And then I'll put some orange in here.
Yeah,
Maybe
have fun. You know what I'm going to do? Yeah, exactly. So you could do carrots, you could do sweet potato. Here, people might be, what's this? So here's blueberry puree. So remember, you could do this as a breakfast soup too. So you could put a fruit in there. Remember all the colors. Say you don't like a red vegetable, do a red fruit or a purple fruit or that kind of thing. Go to town.
Broccoli lover. Broccoli lover actually
so much prettier.
So she's put all these tips together and created an improved green detox soup recipe you can all use starting today. I'll be sharing the recipe on my Instagram, Pinterest pages. Check it out. I'll be right back.
Great.
Next, we've got more tricks and tips to help you drop pounds. We take a look at how many diets you mix and match all day, only to end up with constipation. We'll share the one ingredient every dieter needs that you're not getting. Next. This man says he died and went to hell.
Did you see the devil?
His incredible journey to the dark side.
How did you make your way back?
Back from the dead. Stories that make you question everything. All new Oz. That's coming up tomorrow.
All month long, we're giving you a brand new approach to weight loss. We pulled apart the best of the best from the latest research and diet plans out there and broke them down to just the essentials. It's called diet layering, and it allows you to mix and match just what works for you. It's a game changer for all of you looking for real solutions that fit into your real life. When you're watching the show over the next month, if you see this, it means we're giving you one more layer to add to your overall weight loss plan. This is about you tailoring a weight loss plan for you. There's a surprising thing about a diet. Most of you associate it with New Year's, right? New Year's resolutions, we all think of it that way. But in a recent survey with one of the country's leading pollsters, over 60% of Americans, look at this, say they focus on their weight loss in the summer versus the winter. We're focused more in the summer. Now, another interesting fact is you often pick and choose from various diets and plans. But what happens when you overdo it? And you've got too many layers going on in there and don't understand how to use them together. So I wanted to find out, and I sent Dean Dimitrick, one of my trusting roving reporters, to check it out.
You wake up hungry, and the first thing you remember from one diet is to always go for a smoothie as a breakfast meal replacement. Follow me. So maybe you decide to take matters into your own hands and, make your own.
Or you could decide to buy one on your way to work. You've started your day off right? Well, not exactly.
If you buy one of these or decide to make your own crazy concoction at home, you could be consuming up to 500 calories or more. But whatever, they taste like heaven and they're healthy, right? Don't mind if I do. Now you're at your desk working and your stomach's rumbling, but you remember that one diet said chocolate was actually okay as long as it was dark. So you grab one of these guys, a dark chocolate protein bar, because see, dark chocolate equals healthy. It also equals 200 calories. Can we get rid of this whole calorie counter thing here right now? Oop, almost time for lunch. You grabbed a frozen lunch at the grocery store by one of those diet brands that said it's low calorie, and it is, go you, just $2.90. So you add a little Parmesan cheese and one of those flavored waters that brings it up to $4.30. Who cares?
You have one more snack at your desk before the end of the day, and that's another 200.
Okay, home stretch. You're making dinner based on a recipe that you snagged offline from yet another diet. Beef stew with celery and carrots and other things that sound healthy. The meal itself is 300 calories. You add one small slice of bread for 92 and a glass of wine for 125. Oh please, don't act like you don't. And dessert is fine, as long as it's one of those diet recommended low calorie options. This is a chocolate sundae that normally goes for 800 calories. This is just under 200, a real steal. And we just had ourselves a pretty healthy day, if I do say so myself. Problem is, we topped out over 2,000 calories, way more than we wanted. But we pulled from multiple diets. It all felt so healthy. Dr. Oz, how could something that felt so right be so wrong? We need your help.
Now, how many of you can relate to Dean's wonderful report? Put your hands up. Who's out there who can sort of understand what it's like to overdo a good thing? Oh, you've all been there, a lot of you. So here's the thing about it. Look, layering is a great thing, and I like about it. What I like the most is you can take the best ideas and mix and match. But sometimes if you don't understand them and you read everything that's out there, you won't do it quite the right way. So you'll actually get too much of a good thing, which is what Dean experienced. Another good example, by the way, is if when you mix and match and don't do it right, you get constipated. Who's ever been constipated from their diets? Oh, you're constipated? Okay.
You know, last year I was a major athlete and I got injured, and so I wasn't able to eat properly, and I was eating a lot of the wrong foods, and it really created major issues with my body and given me a lot of issues that I didn't have before.
Ooh. It's one of the biggest complaints about dieting in general is constipation. But now I've got a layer that you have to get into your life. It's a layer that works for everybody. In fact, a lot of my staff members admitted they were doing this. I have used this personally. I've given it to my patients. Who here has not pooped today yet? Oh, I've noticed your hands quite a, oh, so good to have. What's your name?
Susan.
Susan, all right. So I've got a little surprise for you.
Okay.
A solution that helps a lot of people with their dietary issues, their pooping, is magnesium.
Okay.
Do you think you get enough magnesium in your diet?
I'm not sure what foods contain magnesium. I try to stick to
What do you eat?
high protein, chicken lunch, chicken dinner, and sadly, low calorie frozen entrees.
Sadly. Well, listen, you'll lose weight with that and you look wonderful, but on the outside. On the inside, your body might be saying, get me out, get me out.
Absolutely.
And your diet is often focused on the things you just mentioned, right? High protein. We don't sometimes focus enough on fiber, which can be useful. And sometimes the foods we eat don't have enough magnesium in them. So I'll give you a couple examples, but I gotta tell you what really seems to work for everybody is when you go to the bathroom and it's not coming out, take 400 milligrams of magnesium as a pill.
Oh, wow.
You can eat it in your foods as well, and please go ahead and do that. Magnesium-rich foods include things like spinach, right? A half a cup of spinach gives you about 20% of what you need in a day. An ounce of pumpkin seeds will get you, almost that same amount. Those are great.
Dark leafy vegetables have magnesium?
They have magnesium.
Fabulous.
But you got to eat a fair amount of it, which might not be easy. And when you got things plugging up the hole, it's not so easy either. So take the magnesium if you got a problem.
Okay, eliminate the bloating.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back.
Thank you.
This May on Dr. Oz, the truth comes out. The biggest food truths exposed. Is diet ice cream making you fat? Is your olive oil fake? See what's hiding in your food. The biggest weight loss trends in America. Waist training disasters you have to see to believe. And botched surgery. What happened to the woman with the hole in her stomach? The truth comes out this May on Dr. Oz.
So we all had a friend whose photo feed looks like this. You know, the one that takes 5 minutes, they get the perfect picture for Instagram before they even take a bite of their meal.
Yes, I am.
Pictures?
Yes, yes. I post many pictures of food too.
Does it bother your friends when you do that?
Sometimes they tell me, okay, it's enough. That's too much. We get it. We know where you are. We know what you're eating.
And you guys quibble with your friends over this?
Yes, because it kind of gives you an idea of how guilty you are in eating certain foods. And for the haters, I'm eating. And I can eat it. So I'm very happy for that.
You all in the same boat here?
Yes.
Yeah. It's fun to send those pictures, but the people around you start to wonder, is it the right thing to do? Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to be talking, and we have all day today, about these weight loss trends. So I'm going to show you how this foodie trend could potentially help you lose weight. Whether you're a hater or not, this could come in handy. And here's why. The time it takes for you to take this photograph, let me just do it right here. Smile. All right. May actually be the secret behind why your food tastes better. Even healthy food can taste better. Now, we spoke to the best food bloggers out there, and they gave us the do's and the don'ts of how to take the best food porn picture on your phone. The first thing they said was, take a second to pay attention to all the colors and the shapes. So I'm looking through here, and you know, I gotta say, when you appreciate the miracle of food, you become attentive to it, you pay attention to it, it will taste better. And then, you gotta use natural lighting, don't use the flash. Watch this, see the do and the don't there? You use that flash, it overexposes it, washes out the colors, and all those details disappear. You don't want that. Also, another do, take your photos from right above. Get right above the food like this. Another picture. And don't overcrowd the frame. Now here's the guilty party. Look, see how overcrowded that is? Yeah, that was my dinner last week. That's before the show, I did not know. I like that because being fed doesn't always mean being nourished. The ritual matters. It really does work to your advantage. You can always of the food on my Instagram account. I crowd them so much that I know better. And happy and healthy, so post some photos.